What's up, you guys? It's Sir Scrub here, bringing you some more Scrub tier Yu-Gi-Oh! And in today's video, we're going to be discussing the health of Floodgates. But before we get into today's video, please leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this. Also, feel free to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And if you'd like to support the channel one step further, check out the Patreon link in the description. But with no further exposition needed, let's go ahead and jump both feet into today's video. So as I stated earlier, and you all saw in the title, I will be examining the trigger warning of a subject that is Floodgates. And I'm going to be surprised if most of you agree with me at the start of this video, but I'm willing to make a bet that you'll begin to see my case by the time it's over. So with that in mind, I'll tell you up front the rest of the idea that the rest of the video is going to be spent defending. I believe that about 99% of Floodgates are absolutely healthy for the game. Shock, horror, whatever emotions you may be feeling. This may not come to a shock to anyone that's watched my channel before. My only issue with the entire concept of Floodgates is how they've been made in the past versus how they're being checked and made now. So without any more bull needed, let's go ahead and get into my defense. Firstly, allow me to clarify my stance. So my only real problem with Floodgates would be ones that are abusable for meta decks as well as rogue or casual decks, as well as Floodgates that don't directly impact the board when they're activated. Now why does this matter, you may ask? Because most decks that are considered meta, things like Salamangrates, Sky Striker, and Thunder Dragon, and meta engines like Dangers are already powerful. That's why they're meta. They're already great decks with powerful abilities to win duels and create boards and things like that. They don't need Floodgates because they're already powerful. Whereas things like Subterrors need cards like Floodgates to be competitive. Now there are always exceptions to any rule. Cards like Vanities and Mystic Mine, Floodgates that can single-handedly carry games, absolutely need to be checked. However, giving stun cards to slower decks can help to diversify the format by giving decks without as much inherent speed the boost they need to compete. Now, like I said, some Floodgates are completely crazy. Vanity's Emptiness and Mystic Mine come to mind. Cards that can single-handedly win games. Those cards, I feel like, absolutely need to be addressed. Those are cards that can go in just about any deck that can carry a game. And I don't mean something like a specific Floodgate that may counter a specific deck, like Imperial Order against Sky Striker or Mask of Restrict against True Draco. Something like Vanity's Emptiness or Mystic Mine slaughters 99% of all decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Kaiser Coliseum, for that matter. That card can win a game by itself. Cards that can carry an entire duel on their back against all decks, or at least the vast majority of them, again the example being Vanities, are just absolutely crazy, and I completely agree that they need to be checked. And Vanity's Emptiness got banned because it was a cherry on top of an already oppressive board that meta decks could build. The fact that you could completely go off turn 1 and then drop Vanities on top of whatever crazy ass board that you could build made the card insane. I think if more cards were built like Rivalry and Gozen, and there can be only one, cards that interact with the board the moment they're activated, I think that's where Floodgates need to go in the future. Cards like Vanities and Skill Drain and Mystic Mine all have an older Yu-Gi-Oh! Vibe. They don't affect the game state, you know what I mean? If Vanity's Emptiness said, when this card is activated, destroy all special summon monsters, it wouldn't have been nearly as oppressive as it was. It wouldn't necessarily need to be banned because you wouldn't be able to go off turn 1 and then drop it just as, you know, the final FU to your opponent on top of a 3-4-5 negate board. However, with that being said, what are you guys' thoughts? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I really want to get a discussion going. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this. And if you'd like to support me one step further, check out my Patreon down in the description. But most importantly, don't forget, be a scrub. Peace.